Black History Month is celebrated every October in the UK and is a time of celebration and recognition of black people, their stories, their achievements, and their contributions to culture. This Black History Month and beyond, we're shining a spotlight on some of the incredible black artists who have performed at Liverpool's world-famous Cavern Club, which was established as a jazz club in 1957. Artists like Stevie Wonder, Little Eva, the Chants and Chuck Berry have brought their unique sound to the famous Cavern stage. Black voices from Merseyside to Michigan, North Carolina to South Jamaica and beyond have delighted audiences in the cavernous club beneath Mathew Street. The Chants were a vocal harmony group from Liverpool 8. The band, which got together in the early 1960s, consisted of brothers Joe and Eddie Ancra, Nat Smeda, Alan Harding and Eddie Amu. Their best known records include I Could Write a Book, Sweet Was the Wine, She's Mine and Come Go With Me. Growing up, Joe was influenced by his father, a choir master at the African Church's Mission, by the diverse music heard on the street corners of their neighbourhood, and by records he acquired from American GIs at Burtonwood Air Base near Warrington. The band played many venues here and abroad, including the Cavern Club with the Beatles. The group split in the 1970s. The Chants played a Cavern gig, and according to Joe Ancra, Brian Epstein wasn't happy that the Beatles backed the group when they played the lunchtime session. The Real Thing, previously The Chants, found chart success with the pop single You To Me Are Everything, which reached number 1 on the UK singles chart, number 29 on Billboard's R&B singles, and number 66 on Billboard's Hot 100. After 250,000 copies sold, the song was certified silver. Chuck Berry was an American singer, songwriter and guitarist who is considered the father of rock and roll. His songs such as Maybelline, Roll Over Beethoven and Johnny B. Good helped define the genre. Berry was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1986. Chuck Berry performed at the Cavern Club on the 27th of February 1967. Spencer Lee, in his book To the Cavern Club, The Beatles and the Rise of Merseybeat, writes that Chuck was not happy about having the crowd so close to him, so makeshift bars were put across the stage. Derry Wilkie was a black British singer who was active in the Merseybeat scene in the early 1960s. He was born Richard Derrick Wilkie in Liverpool in 1941. He began his musical career in the late 1950s, singing with the local rock and roll group, the High Tones. In 1962, Wilkie joined Howie Casey and the Seniors, a popular Merseybeat band. He shared lead vocals with Freddie Starr, and the band released a number of singles, including Hallelujah, I Love Her So. The Seniors split up in 1963, and Wilkie formed his own band, Derry Wilkie and the Pressmen. Siblings Inez and Charlie Fox were an American R&B duo from North Carolina. Inez sang lead and Charlie played guitar and provided backing vocals. They both started singing in a gospel choir, and Inez later travelled to New York City to record for Brunswick Records with little success. In 1963, the duo met the owner of Sue Records, Henry Juggy Murray, and sang him their arrangement of the lullaby Hush Little Baby, which was later renamed Mockingbird and released on the label. It became their most successful record, selling over 1 million copies and reaching the top 10 in both the R&B charts and the pop charts. The song was later covered by Aretha Franklin, James Taylor, Carly Simon, Dusty Springfield, Etta James, Taj Mahal and Toby Keith. Inez and Charlie Fox played at the Cavern Club on the 2nd of July 1964 in an evening performance. They arrived for the rehearsal at 7 p.m. and played a set with the Spencer Davis Group, who were formed in Birmingham in 1963. Jimmy Witherspoon was born in Arkansas and began singing in church aged just 6 years old. When serving with the Merchant Navy during World War II, Jimmy spent a time stationed in Calcutta, India. Here he regularly sat with a band at the Grand Hotel Winter Garden, led by pianist Teddy Weatherford. Jimmy's blues style was distinctive. He was a crooner and a shouter. After the war, he moved in with his mother in San Francisco and landed a singing gig nearby. And in 1949, Ain't Nobody's Business was released on Supreme Records and became Jimmy's first and biggest hit. Jimmy Witherspoon performed at the Cavern Club on the 20th of September 1964, and his single Move Me Baby featured on the Cavern Club's 2017 60th anniversary Blues and Rhythm LP. The record also contains songs from Sonny Boy Williamson, Bo Diddley, Memphis Slim, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, Chuck Berry, The Exciters, Benny King, and Solomon Burke, to name a few. Born Revoida Frierson, Katie Lester is an American singer and actress. Her 1961 hit single Love Letters reached the top 5 in the US and UK charts. She started singing in her church and later school choirs before winning a scholarship to study music at San Francisco State College. As an actress, she's well known for her role as Hester Sue Thurhune on the TV series Little House on the Prairie. Katie Lester performed at the Cavern Club on the 30th of June 1963, and she appeared as a special guest with the Hollies. Katie's record Love Letters was often played in the Cavern after the Beatles' lunchtime sets as a friendly reminder to let everyone know they had to leave, and it was also one of Freda Kelly's favourites. Little Eva was the stage name of Eva Narcissus Boyd, an American singer who was best known for her 1962 hit single, The Locomotion. Little Eva was born in Belhaven, North Carolina in 1943. She began her singing career in the early 1960s working as a backup singer for other artists, and in 1962 she was hired as a babysitter by the songwriting duo of Carole King and Jerry Goffin. While babysitting for King and Goffin, Boyd would often sing and dance around the house, and one day King and Goffin were inspired to write a song about Boyd's dance moves, the result being The Locomotion. The single was a huge hit, which has been covered by many artists, including of course Kylie Minogue, Grand Funk Railroad, and the Beach Boys. Little Eva died in 2003. Millie Small was a Jamaican singer who is best known for her 1964 hit, My Boy Lollipop. The song reached number 2 in both the UK and US charts and sold over 7 million copies worldwide. It was also the first major hit for Island Records and helped to achieve the label in its mainstream success. Millie Small was the Caribbean's first international recording star and its most successful female performer. Notably, Millie Small played at the Cavern Club in Liverpool 4 times in a week in 1964. Sister Rosetta Tharpe was an American guitar player and gospel and blues singer born in Arkansas in 1915. Often referred to as the godmother of rock and roll, she sang traditional gospel songs with contemporary jazz tempos that she played on her electric guitar. With these performances, she introduced gospel into nightclubs and concert venues, and her work influenced early rock and rollers such as Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard, and even Elvis Presley. In 1938, she began performing at the Cotton Club in Harlem, New York City, where she focused on jazz songs and became a hit with a predominantly white audience. That year, she signed a recording contract with Decca Records. Sister Rosetta Tharpe arrived in the UK for the first time in 1957, having been booked by British jazz trombonist and promoter Chris Barber for a month-long tour of the UK. Sister Rosetta Tharpe died in 1973, and in 2018 she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Sister Rosetta Tharpe played at the Cavern Club on the 12th of April 1958 and May 1960. Solomon Burke merged the gospel style of African American church music with R&B and is considered one of the founding fathers of soul music in the 1960s. Some of his biggest hits include Cry to Me, Down in the Valley, and Everybody Needs Somebody to Love. Solomon Burke played on the reopening night of the Cavern Club on the 23rd of July 1966 as a headliner alongside Rufus Thomas. The club had closed due to owner Ray McFall's bankruptcy on the 28th of February 1966. On speaking about the Cavern Club in Liverpool, Solomon Burke said, "The Cavern was a great place to play. The groove was there, the people were there, and it was wonderful." Solomon Burke was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2001, and he won a Grammy Award for Best Contemporary Blues Album in 2003 for his album Don't Give Up on Me. Sonny Boy Williamson II was born in Glendora, Mississippi in around 1912. He began playing harmonica at a young age and was soon playing in juke joints and house parties. In the early 1940s, he moved to Chicago, where he became a regular on the city's blues scene. Williamson was a highly skilled harmonica player and singer. He was known for his powerful vocals and his ability to bend notes and create a wide range of sounds on the harmonica. He was also a prolific songwriter, and he wrote or co-wrote many blues standards, including Help Me and Don't Start Me Talking. During a UK tour, Sonny Boy Williamson, backed by the Yardbirds, with Eric Clapton notably on guitar, played a lunchtime and evening show at the Cavern Club. According to the Led Zeppelin biography, Hammer of the Gods, while in England, Sonny Boy set his hotel room on fire while trying to cook a rabbit in a coffee percolator. Stevie Wonder, born Stevlin Hardaway Judkins on May 13, 1950, is an American singer, songwriter, musician, and record producer. He is one of the most successful and critically acclaimed musicians of all time, with a career spanning over 60 years. He is known for his innovative use of synthesizers and other electronic instruments, as well as his soulful vocals and songwriting. Stevie Wonder was born in Saginaw, Michigan, and became blind shortly after birth. He began playing the piano at the age of 3 and the harmonica at the age of 4. He signed with Motown Records at the age of 11 and released his debut album, The Jazz Soul of Little Stevie Wonder, in 1962. Wonder quickly became a successful recording artist, scoring a string of hits in the 1960s, including Fingertips, Part 2, Uptight, Everything's Alright, and My Sherry Amore. In the 1970s, Wonder became a more outspoken social critic, writing songs about political and social issues such as You Haven't Done Nothing and Living for the City. He also continued to experiment with new musical styles, incorporating elements of funk, jazz, and world music into his work. Stevie Wonder is still active in the music industry today and continues to tour and record all around the world. Stevie Wonder performed at the Cavern Club in Liverpool when he was just 16 years old on the 23rd of January 1966.